supposed to wait until... I'll just wait until you leave.
Oh, and obviously you think you can, like, edit it, right?
Yeah. No, I'm going to leave this part in.
Okay, that's fine. Good for you.
Bye. Okay, we have to go. Okay. Hey, boys. Welcome back to the podcast. And just letting everyone know, that is a boys with an I, not a Y.
Oh, we're specifying. Okay.
Yes, it's very important that everyone knows that it's a I. So, Carter, how are you today?
I'm doing swell. How are you, Irene?
You know, I'm kind of thriving. But I do want to talk today about something that's not thriving.
Oh, okay.
And that is our environment.
Yeah, I nodded. This is not going well. Okay, just like the environment. Get it? Come on.
Okay.
Pull it together. We have 20 minutes.
Okay, so today I really wanted to talk about some of the recent news that's been coming up about single-use plastics in Yakima particularly. Do you have, like, any feelings towards single-use plastics at all?
Well, I know that they're not great and that you should try to avoid them, but it's generally very hard to do so since they're so common.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I know where I go to work every single day, I have to hand out at least, like, 20 plastic bags, you know?
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, it's a lot. So I actually have some statistics from the National Geographic from 2018.
Those are reliable. That sounded sarcastic. I didn't mean it that way.
So actually 32% of all single-use plastics end up in the ocean every single year.
Does that mean that the rest are in, like, landfills?
Yeah,
I said
like
that funny.
landfills or just like
The streets.
on the streets or
Okay,
wherever.
dang.
Yeah.
It's still a lot.
Yeah, and only 1% of the plastic bags that are actually used are recycled every year. So
Really?
that means that 99% of those plastic bags are ending up somewhere, and they're not ending up in new products.
That's bad. I know that I keep my plastic bags. Like, at home, we have, like, one of those containers. We
Yeah.
never use them, but
Yeah. Or you put a bunch of plastic bags in another plastic bag. And
Yeah.
you just hang it on the door.
but obviously that's not the case for everyone, you know.
Yeah. And I mean, like, my mom keeps those around, and the goal is to eventually, like, reuse those as when you go to the grocery store, but then you always forget them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
So it's kind of, and then they tear.
And we have plenty. It's just hard to remember to bring in, like, 6
Yeah.
reusable bags. I think, if you put the effort into it, you can obviously remember, but I know we forget every time we go to the store.
Yeah. No, I get that. And my mom will always buy, like, the reusable bags, like the ones that you get at, like, TJ Maxx or whatever.
Oh, yes, of course.
And she, like, has, like, a bajillion of them, and I don't even know where they are.
Gosh. We're like, oh, we'll put them in the back seat, and then we'll remember, and then we don't.
Yeah.
Love that.
So that's kind of a problem because,
Yes,
like,
it is.
those bags are made out of plastic, but they're reusable, which is kind of the point of them.
Yeah, like,
But
they're more sturdy.
Yeah, but people aren't, like, bringing them with them, and you can't really use those, say, if you're, like, going to, like, a fast food restaurant. You're not just going to bring along your reusable plastic bag and be
Gosh.
like, oh, here, put my
And I
food in this
definitely
bag.
think in a city, like, in places like Seattle or Portland, where there's definitely people who walk more, it's going to be easier to remember to bring that stuff, like, with you to grocery stores.
Yeah.
Whereas in Yakima, where most everyone drives, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, when you're walking, it's easier. I don't know. That's just my hot take, but
You heard it
it's
from
off topic.
You heard it here first. Carter Williams.
Yeah, it's easier to walk and carry a bag than it is to drive and carry a bag.
So anyways, so because of all those plastics ending up in the ocean, microorganisms actually cannot break down and process those plastics. So they're just sitting in the oceans and staying there for years and years and years until they naturally decompose, which takes a very long time. So it's kind of unfortunate.
I have a response, but it's a curse word, so I am refraining.
Good job.
Thank you.
Can't use a substitute?
No.
Frick.
I'm not 12. You're going to have to cut that out. I sound like such an asshole.
12. So how do you feel about these single-use plastics now that you know all these facts?
It makes me feel bad. I know, but yeah. I don't know what I want to say. I just know that it's not good, and what are some things I can do to help not do these things besides the bags I always forget to bring with me to the grocery store?
Yeah, so I mean, there is the reusable bags. Obviously, we discussed that. There's also, you can try and buy things that have like minimal packaging to kind of like, what's the word? Like endorse the products almost, I guess.
Like if there seems to be like a want for that product, then they're gonna be more. Like if more people are buying things that don't have
That
maybe
that have like
plastic
less
use,
single use
then
plastics.
it's gonna be more popular.
Yeah.
Popularize it. Yeah, I think that's what you mean.
Yeah. So actually, in San Francisco, Chicago, and close to 150 other cities, the countries have placed a tax or ban on plastic bags, and that was from the Natural Resources Defense Council. So I thought that's kind of interesting because,
Yeah.
like,
Don't we have taxes on the paper bags at grocery stores?
I'm not sure about that one, but I know in places like, I think in Portland, they just put in like a plastic bag tax.
Yeah,
And like you have to pay for your
that's why I thought
bags
my mom's
other
always
places.
picked things like plastic bags 'cause they're. I think the paper bags are like 20 cents for like a tax if you want to use those. I don't know why. I think that's what it is. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think that 20 cents is expensive, but it's also like.
Yeah.
I could be completely lying. I'm not trying to degrade Rosars or any other company, but I think that they charge us for paper bags. Thank you.
I don't know about that one. I
Yeah.
do know that I find that kind of strange because you would think they'd put a tax on plastic bags before paper bags, because I feel like paper bags are more recyclable, I guess.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like you can use it to turn it into like paper or
Yeah,
whatever other paper things. Yeah. So I'm trying to think about what to say next.
Yeah. No, you're good. How long has it been?
I don't know actually.
It's been like 2 minutes. Imagine.
That would be so sad.
We're done.
Wait, what time is it?
You know when we started?
No.
Cool.
Hello, welcome back. Welcome to my ASMR channel. Okay, wait, I have to stop. Okay.
I'm Carter, and today we'll be learning about environmental sciences.
Okay. Oh shoot, I have my questions for an alien. But I'll just ask them to you.
That's fine.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk about the fast food industry first.
Cool.
So going back to like my job, I do work in the fast food industry. I won't disclose what place I work at because I don't want to friggin' ruin.
Cut this out, but it rhymes with ca fe se. That doesn't rhyme. That's just in Spanish.
Rhymes with QFC. QFC is a grocery store, and I always thought for the longest time.
QVC.
No, it's QFC.
Is it QVC, like the online
No.
retail thing? No,
No.
that's what I'm making a joke about it.
Oh, okay. Well, I was talking about QFC. It's a grocery store, and I thought for the longest time when I was a kid that they were like stealing KFC's brand.
They are.
I was
Sorry, I'm throwing
so mad.
QFC
I was like, that's
under
my
the
father's
bus.
career.
Yeah. Irene's dad will be fired after this episode. Thank you.
Just kidding. He's quitting because he hates his job because people suck.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Wait, why is your dad quitting? Does it have to do with how they deal with
Single-use
environmental issues?
plastics?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Anyways.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. If you have another job lined up. Keep my laughs in. I sound like a fucking witch.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
Let's continue.
approximately 46 million tons of plastic waste come from consumer products, meaning like the bags you get from fast food restaurants, like the spoons, the straws, and consumer products that you get in the grocery store and stuff like that. And only 9.7% of total plastics are actually from the fast food industry, but that is enough to cover 19 square miles
Of what?
with plastic.
Like in total, or I'm confused.
That is so the 9.7% of plastic waste that comes from the fast food industry is enough to cover about 19 square miles in plastic.
Like every year, or
Yeah, every year.
Okay. Is that a lot? I don't know how much a mile is. I mean, like, it sounds like a lot, but I just don't know what a mile is, so I'm sorry.
Just say like wow or some shit.
Wow, that's a lot of miles.
Wow, that's a lot of miles.
my golly! That is a lot of miles. What are we supposed to do about that?
I need to get my composure together. So what I want to know is like, why is there such a demand for these like straws and utensils in a fast food industry? Like, do people not have these utensils and things at home, or is it just like for convenience sake?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's out of plain laziness. Like, no one wants to have to wash their dishes. Like, we obviously do, but like, if I had the choice between washing my dishes and not washing my dishes, I'm gonna choose not washing my dishes.
Wow, groundbreaking.
I know. Do you know if your undisclosed company and or other fast food restaurants do like, you know, like how Lush will take back products? Like, if you're like, oh, here's an empty can of this face mask I used, they'll take it and they'll recycle it for you. Like, do you know if companies do that with like containers?
The place I work at, we definitely don't do that. I don't know about other fast food places, but I'm guessing probably not. I mean, I've never heard anything about like McDonald's doing that.
Yeah, I don't.
And I feel like at this point,
Okay, so we ruled out McDonald's. Where else could you work? Sorry. No,
it's undisclosed.
Yeah, right. My bad.
No, but like I
feel like that'd be a really cool thing to implement. Be like, hey, bring back your empty, like, I'm trying not to disclose your place of work, but you know, like if you have plastic containers that come for, like, I know like at that one place, the homophobic one, Chick-fil-A, they have like the plastic like containers that they put their stuff in. Like, that would be really easy to bring back and recycle. Be like, oh, here's a voucher for like a free like small drink or whatever. Like, obviously at McDonald's, most of their stuff is cardboard or like that like weird plastic stuff, and I don't even know if you could recycle that. But the places that have their plastic containers, that'd be really cool if they could like trademarking that.
What are you
Chick-fil-A? Hit me
Homophobes.
up. No, not Chick-fil-A. The place Irene works at. Hit me up. You know who you are.
Oh my god. Okay. I just find it like, when I don't, okay, so a lot of old people come into my restaurant all the time, and whenever I don't give them like the plastic utensils or like put their thing in a plastic bag, they get really mad.
Really?
Yeah, like they'll literally be like, you forgot my fork. And I'm like, sorry. I'm trying to save the environment.
Like, sorry, there's a Walgreens down the street. Is there? No, I don't remember.
It's across the street, yeah.
Really? We've narrowed it down, folks. Like, there's a convenience store or like a superstore down the street. Just go buy some forks.
Or like, why can't you just wait till you get home to eat?
I really just snorted right into your microphone. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. No, but I don't. Can like people like not wait to get home to eat?
Yeah, I know that specifically with foods that at your restaurant, where it's like I'd prefer to be at home eating that. Like,
Yeah.
with McDonald's, it's like you can easily eat nuggets or fries in your car.
Yeah, but like the stuff. Okay.
Yeah, your stuff is like, I need my sauce. Like, I'm not gonna eat that in the car. Like, you could definitely avoid having.
Yeah.
Like, or like at least some things at McDonald's, it's like I'm not gonna eat that in the car either. Like the Cinnamelt things. I mean, I'm not gonna.
Oh yeah.
They like those come with the forks, you know. And
Yeah.
also I prefer to use forks
over spoons.
No.
Oh.
I prefer to use forks.
No, does anyone else use forks to eat
I mean,
ice cream, or is that just me?
Like, I don't like to have. There's so many of this, like, me pausing because I don't remember what I was gonna say. But plastic forks are so much more flimsy, and especially like when you're eating things like a Blizzard, that's like could be kind of hard. I don't want to break my spoon. I did that once. Like, I saved half of it and I put it in the fridge, and then my spoon broke in half.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
I want the good metal stuff.
Yeah. So the metals are more durable. They're more environmentally friendly, and I feel like they're more available to everyone.
Yeah, and they're not expensive.
They're really not.
We're not asking you to buy like a Ninja blender.
Yeah.
This is
no, you can go to like Walmart.
The dollar store.
Does the dollar store sell those?
Yeah, 100%. I've been to dollar store like every single day. They have forks, and they're $1 or maybe less.
That's nice.
Yeah, and they're nice. You can also buy other kitchen utensils there as well, like strainers and colanders. Those are the same thing.
So I actually was talking to a source of someone that actually works at McDonald's.
An insider?
An insider.
Oh my god.
And I asked her to track like how many trash bags they threw away in their lobby every day. And she said just on her shift, which I think was about
Like,
maybe 4
When
hours.
you say trash bags, you mean like people throwing stuff away and they have to take out the trash like that?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know what I thought, but yeah.
So I think probably in her like 4-hour shift, they had to change them 8 times.
Holy cow.
Yeah. So when you think about that, like, what are you throwing? You're not throwing away
Like,
the majority
They
of the
had
food.
to change one trash can 8 times, or like every single trash can needed to be fixed 8 times. I don't know if you have that information.
They just threw out like 8 bags.
Okay.
So
that's still a lot. Obviously, that's a lot.
Yeah.
No matter what.
But like when you go to fast food restaurant and you throw something away, you're obviously not throwing away like the food, or at least the majority of the food. What you're throwing away is the utensils and the plastic and the paper.
Containers and stuff.
Yeah. So think of all those 8 bags in the span of 4 hours. Like that's gonna compile to a lot over the course of a day and like a course of a year.
Dang.
And going back,
yeah,
like
when you
32% of those are gonna end up in the ocean, statistically.
I'm gonna do some math real fast. We're gonna see how many bags that's gonna add up to. So I'm assuming McDonald's is 24 hours, right? Or did they close?
I know their drive-through is 24 hours.
Okay, so they're open 24 hours. So let's do 8. Okay, how many 4-hour shifts are in a day? That's 6. 8 times 6 equals 48. So that's 48 bags per day, most likely. And then,
so 32%.
are they open like every day of the year?
I think except for like Christmas.
Yeah. So let's do that times 365.
And then divide that by like 32.
What?
Well, for the percent that ends up in the ocean.
Yeah, but not 32. That could be like 0.32, right? No, you'd have to have we'd have to have the total number of, or do you want 32%? Wait.
I'm just saying statistically.
So let's just do then like minus 48 for like Christmas, So that's roughly 17,472 bags of trash coming out of McDonald's per year at one store.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And that's in Yakima. I mean, Yakima has at least like 5 McDonald's, I feel like.
So let's just say that times 5 for our city. We're going to have 87,360 bags of trash.
And that's just coming from Yakima. And we consider Yakima like fairly small.
Yeah.
Compared to like other large cities.
And that's just one fast food store.
Yes. That's just like McDonald's.
So how do you figure out percentages of that? So that's times 0.37, right? So that means 32,323 of those bags are going to be in the ocean. If I did my math right, which I might not have.
I'll double check later.
Okay.
And I'll edit it in. But
yeah, so around 30,000 bags of trash in the ocean every year from McDonald's.
Yeah, and just from Yakima.
Yeah. Yakima. Yakima with a population of like what, 100,000 people? I'm going to say that's right.
All right.
Double check me later, but I'm going to say it's right.
Oh, all right. So, do you think we'll ever be able to like? I don't know if we'll ever be able to completely eliminate single-use plastics.
No, I don't think so. I don't think that people care enough.
Yeah.
I think
like people obviously are like, oh no, the environment is degrading, but like they're not willing to make an action on that.
And I can't speak for other countries because obviously we don't live in other countries, and I've never been outside the U.S. But from what I've heard from like foreign exchange students, people who have traveled outside the U.S., they seem to put a lot more effort into like silverware and smaller portions and less trash.
Yeah. And like that's another thing, like
not to call America out, but
people are eating more and more outside of their home, eating at fast food restaurants.
Yeah.
It's if we had a healthier lifestyle, I don't know if we'd have to worry about the plastics from this particular industry as much.
And like when you see like comparisons of like portions from like fast food restaurants in like Spain versus America, it's like,
yeah,
you can't see me making my face, but I'm making like a oh my god face. So but, I think that obviously all countries have a lot to do when it comes to waste output, especially like first world countries, we're like but I definitely think that America is a huge contributor. I'm speaking completely with like no evidence to back myself up, but like I feel like people would agree with me.
Do you think there's any way, like as a worker personally and for my source, that we could lessen our impact?
Do I think that you personally can do anything?
Yes, about like the fast food industry single-use plastic problem.
I mean, do you have a union?
That's a great question. I actually don't know.
You probably don't then. You would know if you were paying union dues, so I'm going to say you don't have a
Probably.
union.
Yeah.
But, no, I don't. I mean, as someone who's not, like, a manager or, like, top chain of command type person, it's going to be difficult for you to bring up issues without getting fired.
Yeah. But do you think there's, like, a way that we could maybe be like, hey, are you going to need, like, utensils today?
Yeah, like, little changes like that would definitely be okay. Like, or maybe this, like, being sneaky and, like, not putting utensils in there. Or if, like, the customer seems nice,
Yeah.
ask them.
Yeah.
You know, if a Karen comes up to you and she's like, actually, it was 82 cents, not 83. You know, like, I'm not gonna, like, stress about making her the change she needs in the world. I also don't know if I'm talking into the microphone right now, and I'm sorry I'm talking so fast.
That's fine. You're fine, honey.
Oh my god, thank you so much. But, yeah, I think just asking customers if, like, oh, do you need a straw for this?
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to make a big impact, but we can
and I know that
continue
the
it
whole
little by
straw
little.
thing is difficult, and I'm not going to, like, go into that about, like, you know, how many disabled
Viscose.
people rely on using straws to eat.
Yeah.
But people who don't appear, and obviously disabilities can be something not visible to the eye, but people who don't appear to need a straw, asking them if they want one.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
utensils, you know? Like, I think people can survive without having the little plastic, like, fork and napkin thing, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
Or you can just make your restaurant really, really fancy and have it only sit in and then only have silverware.
Oh, okay.
I think that's
So instead of being fast food, we'll be like a diner.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should work at Red Lobster. That's my dream restaurant.
I love their rolls.
Oh my god, I want to work at Red Lobster so bad, but I don't know if I can watch the lobsters die. I'm sorry, I'm getting really off track, but I just want to work at a Red Lobster.
So what I'm kind of getting is, like, do you think we should maybe bring it up to the company leaders, or are you saying, like,
I think if you know you're gonna quit, do it.
do you think we'd get fired if we were like, hey, we should consider using less single-use plastics?
I don't think, like, they're gonna go in there and you can be like, hello, sir, I think we should use. I'm assuming sir, because I don't think a lady would ever. Cut that out.
Shoot.
I think you could go up there and be like, excuse me, sir, madam, I've noticed that we're using a lot of single-use plastic. Is there any way we can do this? And, like, I don't think they're going to be like, you're fired, get out of here. You know? Like, I don't think it's, like, some conspiracy that restaurants do use it. But, I don't know, yeah. If you're prepared to, like, get in trouble for, like... I mean, if you go in there with a sweet approach, I don't think they'd be mad.
Yeah. I mean, like, the thing about that is if we went into, like, the company leaders, we'd obviously have to have solutions.
Yeah.
And
just
as
like,
of right now...
I think our solution is to stop selling food. Just close our restaurant down.
Close down the entire chain.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
They have one in Canada.
Only one?
I don't know. I only saw one. I don't know.
Okay, good for you, Canada. I'm glad.
Anyways. But... I don't know. You'd have to go in there with, like, solutions. Obviously,
yeah,
like, you can't just be like, we should use less plastics and then not come up with
but
alternatives.
I also think it'd be really easy for them to brush you off and just be like, that's not possible.
Yeah, like saying, like, oh, that's too expensive, or, like, like, if you had alternatives.
It's definitely easy, you know, for, like, those, like, when you know, I didn't phrase that right. When you go into, like, smaller coffee shops or restaurants, and it's easier for them to use, you know, like the biodegradable straws.
Yeah,
and
because they can afford it.
Yeah, and also it's like they don't have as much of a supply and demand where they have to put out, you know, like 100 or 200 every single day.
Yeah, because it takes a long time to get those things, like, made.
So it's like if you have, like, I don't know, like 20 people a day getting, like, an iced latte, so you only need, like, 20 straws per day.
Yeah.
Versus, like, 400.
Yeah.
I don't even know if any of those numbers are right. But it's easier for smaller business. I get that. But at the same time, bigger businesses have more money.
That's true.
So it's like, if a small business with less customers and less money is able to do this, then why can't a big business with more customers and more money do it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm contradicting myself. But they know what I mean, right? Like,
no, I get it. Like, you're
know.
saying, like, it is harder because it takes longer and you're trying to mass distribute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but
the mass distribution is what I think slows people down.
Yeah, but with, like, how much money the companies have, they should be able to afford it, you know?
If they said it was a price problem, I would be upset.
Yeah, because, like, obviously it's not.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm going to look up how much, like fast food corporations make.
If fast food corporations have enough money to, like, support political candidates, they have enough money to give me, like, a biodegradable straw. Biodegradable straws. What else?
Give me a second. I'm looking something up.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's hard for me to feel any sympathy for big companies.
So, McDonald's generates an average of $2.5 million a year.
That's less than I thought there'd be.
How much do you think?
I don't know, like billions.
Shoot.
Only
But,
2.5 million? That is not right.
It is.
I have no concept of
It's
money.
from Business Insider, so try me.
Really? I feel like our Yakima one can make that here.
Yeah.
I don't know how much
Yakima
$1 million
is.
is.
We are very overweight, though, to be fair. We're almost done, I promise. We're not. Yeah, we'll probably take like a few more minutes and then we'll wrap it up. And then.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you.
You should talk about mine very briefly.
Yeah, and it's, hold on.
Just so, like,
I
I
want to
can,
just
like, get a
finish this
feel
up,
for-
yeah.
Interviewing you, and like obviously we don't have to use it, but I just want to get a feel for like how I'm gonna talk to you.
Yeah, I just want to finish this up and then we'll talk about yours.
So babies are dying. How do you feel?
So the particular chain that I work at generates roughly $942,000 in sales annually.
That seems like not a lot of money at all. Am I crazy?
To be fair, my
think that-
corporation is kind of not as popular.
Yeah, you're definitely is more low key, but I'd feel like McDonald's would be making billions. I don't know. I feel like they're the Jeff Bezos of fast food.
Great
Right?
analogy. I mean,
That was a high pitched noise.
I'm kind of surprised that that's all they're making, but at the same time, like that's enough to like go out and get these reusable,
I just got an email
biodegradable.
saying happy holidays with West Valley. So happy holidays, guys.
Happy holidays.
We're going happy holidays. If
Happy
you don't celebrate.
Hanukkah. Happy Diwali.
Happy winter.
Merry Christmas. Happy winter solstice.
Just happy winter if you don't celebrate holidays.
Yeah.
Enjoy
all
your
those.
break.
Anyways,
Sorry, I just remembered. I was like, oh, that's gonna be my introduction. Happy holidays, guys. Babies are dying in Washington State. Can you put that at the intro of
Oh
my?
my gosh. Okay, so what exactly do you think should like be our priority in minimizing single-use plastic? Like
I'm
its
not an
impact on the
expert,
environment.
but I'm definitely not an expert. I don't know. I think it's just gonna have like. It sucks to answer that because it's like it's hard for me to be like, oh, you know, the forks that Irene gives out, they're polluting the environment when I know that there's like huge big companies that are like, you know, spilling oil into like oceans, you know?
Yeah.
Where it's like but I know every little thing counts, so it's hard to be like, but I'm such a pessimist. I'm also like, you know, what can I do?
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely think that like, asking customers, hey, do you need a straw? Hey, do you need a fork? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you give your forks out in like the little packages?
Yeah. So it's just like double the plastic, basically.
Yeah. So like you could ask. I mean, like I know you just like they're pre-shipped in, right? Like you don't.
Yeah.
Seal them yourselves. But
No.
We I don't know if you wanted to be like, hey, I think one tiny way we can reduce single-use plastic is to just like have singular forks instead of forks in packages. I don't know. I'm not familiar with like all the behind the scenes stuff.
I think
but
Panda Express does that kind of stuff too. Like
for
they
Panda
just.
Express.
How does this work at Panda Express?
Yeah, see,
Shout
Panda
out.
Express, endorse me. You guys have the plastic containers. Recycle them and then give me some free chow mein.
Not the orange chicken.
I don't know if I can have orange chicken.
That's really sad, actually.
I know.
Oh, is it because like your nut allergies?
They're always next to the walnut chicken.
Yeah. That's rough.
I know. How much money does Bill Gates have?
So are you saying that? Do you believe that we should prioritize using less plastic in like the fast food industry, or?
Well, I mean, I definitely don't have statistics, so I don't know. Like what the highest, like, I don't know if you know, but during your research, like, what was the highest thing like picked up in the oceans? Isn't fishing nets like a huge thing?
Yeah, actually, it is because people just like throw them out there.
Yeah, fishers don't do that anymore.
Yeah, stop, quit it.
we just solved it.
Just
No. Yeah, I think that obviously like I'll say every little thing counts. Just do what you can. But you also got to acknowledge that it's the big fishing companies who drop their nets at the bottom of the ocean, you know, like and stuff like that. I this number can totally be wrong, but I read something about like 43% of all ocean stuff was like fishing nets and fishing supplies. so we're gonna throw them under the bus now.
Well, I think that's on that pessimistic note.
Wait, McDonald's makes less than Chick-fil-A? That's not possible.
I can see that though, because Chick-fil-A is becoming really popular.
Yeah,
And more people are
Panera
like,
Bread.
and more
No
people
one
are
goes
like,
to Panera Bread.
and more people are like, oh, McDonald's is really bad
Have you
for you.
ever
You
met
shouldn't
someone
go
who's
there.
like, Panera Bread is my favorite restaurant? Like, no, you haven't.
Actually, I have.
Who?
Her name is.
Is she old or young?
She's young. She's like, she's a senior.
Throw her under the bus. No one likes Panera. It's too expensive.
Panera is pretty expensive. Their mac and cheese ones isn't even that good.
Oh my god, have you heard of the people like, Panera's just expensive hospital food?
Oh my god.
Cut that out. I don't need Panera suing me.
So,
Also, Greta getting Person of the Year. Poetic cinema, love that.
I'm gonna wrap this boy up here. All right.
How much money does a McDonald's store make per year? RD.com.
Just one?
I think it just says one. Wait, so this one, oh wait, okay. RD.com is saying McDonald's restaurants rack in about $37.5 billion a year in U.S. sales alone.
That is not the number I received.
I
from
know,
Business
this is a very
Insider.
different number. Very, very different number. Okay, so each location makes about $2.7 million per year.
Okay. So okay.
That makes, I feel like that makes so much more sense. I was like,
Yeah.
that's just such a low number. But like,
Okay.
I don't know money.
That does make a lot
If
more
you
sense.
asked me, like, how many
So,
million people
It was like
up to tell you.
2 billion a year, 3 billion a year, is that what it said?
$37.5 billion
Oh,
a year.
just kidding.
In the U.S.
Just in the US?
Just the U.S.
That's a
And
lot
there
of
are-
money.
I think 14,000 stores? No. I don't know. Oh, there's 37,000 locations globally as of 2017, according to RD.com. RD stands for Reader's Digest.
Wow.
I know.
Okay, I'm going to wrap it up now. So.
Okay, cool. Wait, can I pretend to introduce you for my next one, and you can just cut this out?
Sure.
Be like, hi, I'm Carter, and I'm with Irene. Say hi.
Hello.
Today we're going to talk about dead babies.
Okay.
No, but seriously, Washington State, 3 counties, Yakima, Renton, and Franklin counties, have the highest infant birth defect count, spinal birth defect rates in the entirety of the U.S. How do you feel about that?
That makes me feel really weird.
I legally can't say this, but it's Hanford. Thank you. End of podcast.
Okay, I'm going to...
We
I'm
are
gonna,
done.
I'm going to say my closing
Well,
statements.
Oh, you have a closing statement.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, look at the lawyer in you.
I know a little.
Can you imagine if you just don't know how to cut this down?
Oh
It's
my-
just
it's
me
just-
just being an asshole for 20 minutes.
It's just that was so embarrassing. Okay. So obviously there's no cookie cutter answer to solving the single use plastic problem, but there's a lot we can do individually to just do our best to minimize it. And I think it's really important to take the time to think about what you're doing, what you're putting out into the environment. So, Carter, thank you for joining me and commentating.
I had a lot of fun.
Me too. Talking about the degradation of the environment with you.
I know, and not making it to 30. It'll be super fun.
Thanks, boomers.
Keep that in there, please. No.
All right.
I love you, and I can't wait to spend the next 2 years left we have on Earth together.
That's gonna be so
Makes it
fun.
sound like we're
a wild
married,
2 years.
but only in my dreams.
Unless.
Irene comes out on film.
It's not film, it's audio.
Audio.
God, we're gonna put this on Audible.
Use your discount code Irene is gay for 10% off and your first book free on audible.com. Thank you.
That is not a real code. It's not very. Please don't use it.
Yes, it is. I called Audible. It's real.
Anyways, thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Ba-da-da.
What was that?
It's the extra
smooth jazz exit music.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go get.
These look like little ice cream cones.
They do a little.
Almost fell out. Y'all still hear me? Y'all hear me good? Big moves. Child. Anyway, so.
Chow? Did you say chow?
Yeah, no,
Like Sharpay from
What?
that just